stated in the last video, I'm going to install a 100 watt 12 volt solar panel to the roof of the Caravan. This will keep a constant charge going into the battery while it's in storage in the winter months. I purchased this one from a supplier on eBay. The details are there in the corner of the screen. He's a very reliable supplier, as the first one arrived damaged and he replaced the solar panel straight away. It was smashed and he told me to discard the old one. It comes in two packets. You've got the solar panel and then you've got the accessories, the cables, you've got the brackets, and you've got the control panel for the 12 volt. So let's go and have a look. Here we have the main unit, the solar panel, and you have the separate package for your accessories. So as you can see, here we have the solar panel, which is 100 watts, 12 volts. So, and then in this packet here we have the accessories. We have the control unit, which the control unit there, which I'll go over in shortly when I install it into the Caravan. We have a box that contains all the brackets, the box there for the brackets, and we have the cable. This goes from the actual solar panel into the control panel. Unfortunately, they do not give you any output cables from here, what goes into the battery for the charge, so you're going to have to buy that separately, unfortunately. But that is your actually accessories. As I said earlier, the accessories come in a separate parcel to this one. But as you say, so what we're doing, we're going to get them out and have a quick look at them. Here we go. This is your corner brackets, quite sturdily made. They're not pre-drilled or anything, so you're going to have to drill a hole here. You have two holes, and then once you've got your holes, you line it up on your solar panel edge, drill the hole through the solar panel and bolt them in, which is quite straightforward. I'm not going to drill into the Caravan, the roof. I'm just going to use some CT1 sealant. I'm going to give it a generously amount of sealant around here and all around here. That's quite airtight and that acts as an adhesive as well. As you see, as I said in my first video, when I had the leaks. So that's your actual brackets. Please bear in mind, when you order these on eBay, you have to select the RV kit. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with the solar panel, control unit, and the wire there. You won't get these brackets. So when you do order, on most of the sellers, go through the options and tick RV kit. Otherwise, you're going to end up with that, and you're going to end up buying them separately. You can buy them separately for around about £8.99 on eBay. Well, here we have your control panel. You've got your LCD display there, which I'll go over once it's fully up and running in the Caravan. You have your power on button there. You have a couple of USB outputs that bring power from the roof, your solar panel into there, so you can use your phones or your outputs. You have your 12 volt and all that output, so if you want to plug into any adapter. And then you have your terminals, which are quite straightforward basically. If I go over it, you have two cables which is supplied. They supply 5 meters of cable, which is ample enough depending on where you position the actual unit in the Caravan. You have a male and a female plug, which plugs directly into the actual solar panel, and that will send the power from the solar panel into the charge unit. So basically, this end of the cable, you just strip it down a bit. Alright. And then you just screw it into your negative and positive terminals here. You can't go wrong in this because it's quite straightforward. So that'll be your power coming from the roof, the solar panel, and the next two negative and positives are for the output from the unit, what sends the charge into your battery. But as I said earlier, there's no cable for that, so I just purchased a cable separately. And at the other two at the end, they're just auxiliary output, so you can actually wire up a light or anything you want, like on a low wattage source into the Caravan. As I said, you can't go wrong with it, because if you look on there, you've got your solar panel input and your battery output. So it's quite straightforward. There's nothing to look at the back, apart from you've got a slight little air vent thing there. So that's your cables your unit and just the actual thing sorted out. Here is your corner brackets, which that will just sit onto the solar panel, sit onto that. You pre-drill the holes, which I will do shortly. Put your screw through that, drill into the solar panel, and then bolt them on 4 corners. Right, so the first thing we're going to have to do is drill all our holes into our corner brackets. And that'll be the first start of the installation process. So I'll crack on with these. Right, as you can see, I've now completed drilling in the whole 4 brackets, both sides. And then when you do drill the brackets in, just make sure it's nice and clean on both sides so you have no problems putting the screws in. So it took me about 10 minutes to do that, them 4 brackets. So all I have to do now is go and drill my solar panel so I can screw these in. So now I've drilled out the holes in the corner brackets, it's now time to drill the actual solar panel so I can attach the corner brackets onto the solar panel, which is quite straightforward enough to do. So basically you just line it up like this and making sure that it's fully flush against here. Otherwise, if it's slightly down like that, it'll have problems when you're attaching it onto the roof of the Caravan. So basically just get the drill bit in, start it off. Once you've got a little bite there, just go over it and just drill the... Right, that's that done. Make sure it's not sharp on the other side. Yep, that's fine. And then basically you line up it again. Now you do the side one. Get that. Well, that's that done. So then basically you repeat that process on all 4 corners. Let me see how we get on. Right, that's all the holes done. 2 holes in each corner, so 8 holes. And all I have to do now is screw in the actual corner brackets to the solar panel. I'm using 1.5 inch bolts with a little nut. So I'm going to quickly go and screw these in. You know, that's fully tight and that ain't going nowhere. So what I'm going to do now is crack on, do the other 3 rather, and see how that goes. Well, that's all your solar panel brackets all done. They're all screwed in nice and secure. There we go. Nothing's going to move them, proper bolted in. So basically that's that done. So all I have to do now is start the installation process in the Caravan, which I'm going to do next week. So see you all then. Bye bye. Once I found the position on the roof where I wanted to place the solar panel, I used this by using a tape measure and measuring it from one end to the other so that the actual position of the panel was level and not more to one side than the other side. Once I've done that, I'm now going to mark around the corner brackets with a pen. So when I go to apply the adhesive and put the panel back down, it will be in the right position. Let me tell you now, when I come home feeling tired and weak, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet. On the roof, I get away from the hustling crowd. I'm now going to use a little piece of masking tape to mark around the edges of the brackets. So when I go to replace the panel after I've applied the adhesive, it will make a slightly neater job when the excess adhesive squirts out around the edge. I'll give it about a centimetre or so away from the brackets. Keep a telling you right smack dab in the middle of town, I found a paradise that's trouble. Now it's time to apply the adhesive to the brackets. I'm actually using a product called CT1, which is a great little product. It's an adhesive, a sealant, all in one. It has many different uses. As I stated in my last video, I actually used this when I had the leak in my skylights, and I was so impressed by it I sealed the whole caravan with it. But don't be afraid to put a generous amount on the actual corner brackets. Yeah. I'll go the other side of the ladder, yeah? Yeah. You just have to do this tape. I have just connected the male and female negative and positive cables to the actual solar panel. I've done it now because once you position it and place the solar panel in place with the adhesive, it's quite hard to get it back off again. So make sure, if anyone's installing one of these, to make sure the wires are connected and fully pushed in properly. Because once the panel's down, it's going to be a bugger to get it back off again. Right. Got it? Yeah. Got it? Yes. That's all done. Squish it down. Yeah? Yeah. Put a bit of pressure on it, pal. That's what I'm doing. This bit needs a bit more on that side though, on the weak bit. You know what I mean? But yeah. You've got the mastic gun. It's down there. Yeah, you need a bit more there, Dale. See on these bits? Yeah. On the thin bits and underneath. Right. What does it say? What do I do with this bit now? Will you smooth it out with my finger? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. What's that? Is it in? No. Yeah? Yeah. Can you see it? Yeah, I can see it. It's alright, yeah? Here's the positive and negative cable coming in through the roof. I'm going to trim it down and put the control unit here, and then it's not in the way. These are the cables I put in previously the other day. This is going to go into the output on the actual unit, which charges the battery, so that feed will go into the battery. I've actually run it through here. I put this trunking in, so it's running through here along with the TV aerial. It's going down there, and then it's going to go underneath these little sofa unit things, and then it's going to go under there into the battery compartment down there. So I'm going to put the control panel round about here. I'll just make sure it's level. There we go. Yep. Just put a little brado in there to start the holes off. Right, that's it, that's all done. I forgot my cable clips, so I'm going to have to go and purchase some of them later to tidy this up a little bit. So basically what I've got to do now, I'm going to trim the wires down. Make sure I've got enough play on it, so about there I should think. Just going to cut a little bit off, just about that much. Bit more there, I think. So now I'm just going to attach one of these little terminal sprays to the end of it, like so. Here we go. Make sure that's nice and secure. That's good. Do that with the rest of them. So I'm going to leave that for now, and I'm going to run the rest of the cable into the battery, this one here. So here we have the cable, which is running from the actual control unit. I'm just going to feed these through to the battery box. Just put them in there like that. So all I have to do now is go around and pull them through. Unfortunately I haven't got my mate Darren with me today, so normally he does this job, but let's go around and do that. all I have to do now is just strip the wire a little bit, just about 1/2 centimetre or so I can attach it to the battery terminals. Right, so that's the battery connected. So basically what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to cut the positive cable around about there. Cut that bit as well. And I'm going to attach a fuse to it, because it's coming off the battery, just in case anything happens. It's always best to fuse the actual cable, because it's quite a lot of ampage in that battery. As you can see, it's a little fuse there. Takes a mini fuse. So just going to go and connect these up, a couple of butt connectors, and then we're good to go. Always leave something behind. Yeah, that's all done. So there you go. So now it's fused. But unfortunately I haven't been to the shop yet, so I haven't got a fuse, so I can't test it out. I'll have to go and get one later. So I'll just put that down there, tuck it under there. It's as simple as that. Just wish I went and got a fuse now. Now that's the hard bit, is the jigsaw puzzle, trying to put the cushions back. They all look the same. That looks about right, doesn't it? There we go. Yeah, look, easy peasy. Well, that is the solar panel all completed. What I did is, instead of using cable ties, I actually used trunking to put the cables in. I think it looks a lot neater, because with the cable clips, the adhesive ones, during the rain, they're more likely to come out. So that's it all installed now. Unfortunately, it's a very overcast day, so there's not a charge current coming from the solar panel, but this is a reading of my battery at the moment. It's 13.3 volts, which is a good ideal voltage for your battery. So basically what I'll do is, once we've got a bit of sunshine, I'll upload another video and let you know how I got on with it. So thanks very much, and thanks for watching.